What's going on, everybody? And welcome to J Sports Seattle. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a team I have not talked about in a few months. That's because the Seahawks have been my main focus the past few months. But speaking of Seahawks, I'll make a preview video later on tonight. I was supposed to do it earlier, but I got caught up. But I'm going to talk about the Mariners right now. So I'm just going to talk about why this team is not going to go anywhere in 2025, most likely. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Mariners and Seattle sports content. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. All right, so this offseason has been it's just been the same as any other offseason the past few years when it comes to the Mariners. Nothing, no spending, no trades, just sitting back and watching every other team get the pieces that they need in order to make a run at either the division or potentially make a World Series run. And we are not one of them, obviously. Because, like I've said in previous videos, it's pretty obvious, John Stanton does not care about this team in any shape or form. He only cares about money in his pockets, and I'm going to talk about that now. So, firstly, just off the bat, three first basemen, and we are in need of first baseman because we cut Ty France and we don't really know what's going on. Locklear, he's not ready yet. He's not ready to be in the big leagues just yet. So we need someone that can fill in those shoes. Oh, excuse me. We need someone that can fill in those shoes while he continues to build his stats and continue to get better in the minors, in AAA. Firstly, Christian Walker. This is just infuriating right here. He has been sitting in free agency for the longest time, entering the winter meetings and exiting the winter meetings until just a couple days ago when the Astros, our division rival, just said, you know what, if nobody else is going to take this guy like the Mariners, why don't we take him? And guess what they did? They took him. This is just a huge blunder on John Stanton and Jerry Dipoto. And like I said in the past, I want to put the blame on Jerry Dipoto as well, but I got to keep in mind that John Stanton is the one that's primarily pulling the strings when it comes to the Mariners' payroll. It's not Dipoto. I know it's not Dipoto, and it's becoming more and more obvious that it's really not Dipoto that has final say in this roster. It's John Stanton. Christian Walker, Josh Naylor just got traded to the Diamondbacks. This is Arizona acquires Josh Naylor for Slade Cecconi and a competitive balance round B draft pick, which is, really, really good because Slade Cecconi, he's kind of been iffy. That's that's a fleece on the Diamondbacks part. And Josh Naylor is a dog. He can 31 home runs last season. Yeah, he only hit for around average, but he's a slugger, so that's his job. We could have traded for him. We could have given up some players in our bullpen or in our farming system to get this guy. Another guy that we could have had for at least a year while Tyler Locklear or anybody else that is in our farming system has time to develop their skills. Paul Goldschmidt just signed a 1-year deal with the Yankees. I don't know how much $12.5 million. Wow. Sitting there, and I know he's 37, but in baseball terms, that's still, that's like 34, 35. You can play into your 40s in baseball, considering it's not as rigorous of a sport as football. He was sitting right there for the taking, and we didn't want to jump on him. It's like, this is getting out of hand. I'm sitting here watching our division rival take a very, very good first baseman who can not only is a Gold Glover, but can hit bombs and hits for can hit, get on base. He's just sitting there, and Mariners are just like, I don't care. We don't need a first baseman, even though we cut Ty France, put on waivers, and we don't really have an idea what's going on at first base. I understand that we have issues. We got issues and needs at third and second base. Our infield just needs help, but you got to start somewhere. You're not starting anywhere if you're just going to sit there and not do anything. So this is just a massive blunder on John Stanton, and just more proof that John Stanton does not care about the Mariners. In terms of wanting them to win. He only cares about the Mariners to get money in his pockets. More proof. I don't want to. First, I want to go over this real quick, saying that the Mariners apparently have a shockingly low amount of money to spend this winter. It's BS. Do not believe it. The reason being is because there is no salary cap. Salary cap does not exist in the MLB. It does not exist. It's non-existent. So when someone says that, oh, this team has only a certain amount of money, it's false. It's hearsay. The reason, just look at the Dodgers. Just look at the Mets. Just look at literally all the other teams that are pumping money into their players to get players, and they're winning division titles. They're going to the world, making deep playoff runs. The Dodgers just won the World Series. They had the highest payroll in baseball, with over $1 billion in their payroll, and look what happened. They won a World Series. So I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, it's because we have a low payroll. No, it does not exist. No, there is no salary cap. It does not exist. John Stanton just doesn't care. It says that we only have $16 million left in off-season spending. It's bull crap. The reason being is because we haven't really, like, there's really only like 3 players that we've signed over the past few years that, we given lucrative contracts to. That's Robbie Ray, that's Julio Rodriguez, and that's Luis Castillo. Those are really the only 3 big signings the Mariners have done in the past 4 years or so. And that's unacceptable if you're trying to win a World Series or win a division title, which we were in line to do so last year, but we had one of the worst hitting squads in the league because we waited too long to make the decision to, fire our hitting coach and director of hitting strategy and, bring in a Rosarena when we could have had a Rosarena a long time ago. This is all on John Stanton. He just does not know how to, like I said, it's not that he doesn't know how to. He just doesn't care about providing the Mariners with the players that it needs in order to get the job done. We have the pitching. The pitching is all set. We have all of our pitchers. It's just we do not have the hitting. And we're wasting these pitchers' primes like Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, Bryce Miller. We're wasting these guys because Stan does not care enough to field an offense that that looks like a single A offense in the major leagues. It's unacceptable. And I know in the past I've said not to do this, and even though I said to do it and then I recanted and rescinded what I said, I have to say it again. Mariners fans, do you guys want to see your team win a championship or at least win a division title? If you want to see that and you want to have an effect on what to do, having John Stanton do something with this team, you have to stop showing up to games. That is the only way for John Stanton to realize, crap, sorry if you heard that. I am losing fans. I'm losing fans' patience. Fans, I know you guys are tired. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired. Going into the season not really having a lot of hope because we cannot field an offense, or we do not want to spend money to field an offense, like getting Christian Walker, like trading for Josh Naylor and potentially paying him, or, Paul Goldschmidt. John Stanton does not care, and you are only giving him what he wants by continuing to show up to games. Because like I said, and it's been well established, John Stanton only cares about money in his pockets. That is the only thing he cares about. He does not care about anything else. That whole oh yeah, it's a multi-year thing. You got to show patience. It's just a ploy to keep getting you guys to spend money at the ballpark. That is the only thing. Excuse me. Like I said, you look at the Mets, you look at the Dodgers, you even look at the Diamondbacks. Even though they missed the playoff, they still try and they still put money into their players. They had the best offense in the league. They just lacked in pitching. Literally, look at all of the other teams that made the playoffs and their payrolls. They're paying people, and we're not there. We are 23rd. Last year in 2024, or at least this year in 2024. We only used about 40% of the revenue that we made in 2023 on the payroll. And, you look at, obviously the Blue Jays, I don't think they made the playoffs. But the D-backs, Padres playoffs, Dodgers playoffs, Rangers, they're coming off a World Series, so we don't need to talk about them. Astros, they got swept, but still, they're still in the middle of a dynasty per se. They've won World Series the past few years, or made the World Series and won division titles because they keep spending. Phillies playoffs, Giants, look at all the teams that pump money into their team. They're making the playoffs. The Yankees, they only put 46.5. That's because they made a lot of money in 2023. But look at us. We're at 23rd, 40%, $396 million. look, the Mets may had less money and revenue in 2023, and they used 80% of that money to go to the playoffs, and they made the NLCS. Are you serious? Like, how is John Stanton not looking at this graphic right now and realizing that he is the problem? I mean, I don't even know why he's saying that. He knows he's the problem. He just doesn't care. So, for the love of me and for you guys too, Mariners fans all around the world, and particularly in Seattle, all around the world as well, you need to stop showing up to games. You have to boycott John Stanton. It is the only way for him to sell the team. I know a lot of you guys are thinking, well, what if he just sells and moves the team to a different state? I mean, that is possible. That is very possible. But I don't think the MLB would very much like that. So he's probably, he's gonna probably sell the team to get his, get his money and then go live his retirement. What else? Oh yeah, I remember I saw a graphic. I don't know if it was like a graphic on Reddit. I couldn't find it before making this video. The Mariners are top 10 in owner, like, team value. I think we're like 8th or 7th. $2.2 billion. And yet we continue to miss the playoffs. And then you look at all the teams that are above us, and they're always making the playoffs. It's like I said, John Stanton, and that's more proof right there that John Stanton does not care. The team value is one of the highest in the league, and yet we're still not making the playoffs. We're still not pumping money into the team. Soon enough, like I said, I feel like you guys are not going to show up regardless, because this is getting ridiculous. He's had multiple chances across the past few years to go get players. You could have re-signed Teoscar Hernandez last year. You didn't even offer him a qualifying offer. Like, you just let him go, and then he went on to win a World Series in LA. Like, that's unacceptable. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm hoping that you guys will take a look at that and realize John Stanton is just using you guys. He does not care about your well-being. He does not care about the team's well-being. He just cares about money in his pockets. And it's getting ridiculous. He's the same as Howard Lincoln. Howard Lincoln did not care about the team. You saw that when the team kept missing the playoffs year after year, after year, after year, after year, and it continued and so forth. And then you saw how Howard Lincoln shipped off Lou Piniella because Lou Piniella was, fed up as well because the ownership would not do anything about it. And that's just a dictatorship right there. And John Stanton's doing the exact same thing Howard Lincoln was doing. And I guarantee you a lot of these players want to say stuff, but they do not want to get shipped off. They don't want to get on Stanton's bad side and get shipped off because they want to see the team win. That's proof that the owner does not care about anything other than his pockets when players are afraid to call out ownership because they're afraid to get shipped out because they want the team to get better and they want ownership to spend money. That's just unacceptable if you're an owner. I don't understand how the MLBPA or the MLB is stepping into this because this is getting ridiculous. We have not spent a single dime this offseason, and it looks like we're probably not going to. I mean, spring training is going to be in the next couple months, and other teams have already made trades and already have made the free agency signings. We haven't done anything, nothing. I know we have talent like Cal Raleigh, we got Julio Rodriguez, we got Randy Arozarena. We got those guys. I get that. But, you can't just be content with having, we got these 3 guys. We should be okay with our pitching. No, your goal is to stack the roster as much as possible. Look at what the LA Dodgers did. And they won a World Series. Look at what the Yankees did. They stacked their roster the past couple years. Yeah, they didn't win it all, but they were in the World Series. So, I'm hoping that this is a wake up call for a lot of you Mariners fans to not show up to games. I'm honestly thinking I'm really not thinking the Mariners are coming to Arizona in next year, and I'm really contemplating not showing up, even though I want to go because I want to root for the team. I don't want to give Stanton what he wants, and that's butts and seats. So, obviously, that's actually different because I'd actually be giving the Diamondbacks money. So, actually, you know what? I would probably still show up because the money is going to the Diamondbacks and not really the Mariners. So, but still, like in Seattle, like all the money that you are giving him is exactly what he wants. So. Like, this is getting ridiculous. I'm getting fed up. I'm so fed up with this team. And it's not because of the players. It's not because of the coaching. It's because of one person and one person only, and that is John Stanton. So, yeah, that's my little rant about John Stanton today. So I'm gonna be making Seahawks video right after this. So if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks or Mariners and Seattle sports content. And stay tuned for that video. And if not, have a good rest of your day. And go Hawks, go Mariners, and go Kraken.